What a one, my youth. This is what is going on, buddy. That's that was. ¡Ay, me equivoqué, Sara! ¿Qué hago? No, don't tell me. Me equivoqué. I am gonna try.
Ah, sí, se puede pausar.
What a one, my youth. This is what's going on in Patois, in Jamaican Patois. Today we're going to be talking about the classification of world Englishes and the corpus linguistics analysis for Jamaican English. My name is Litza Cortázar. I'm from Colombia. Nice to meet you for the very first time. To start, I would like to tell you that Jamaica it's a very special place to me. That's the island where I went when I wanted to learn English for the first time when I was 17 years old. I was in Jamaica for 12 months, and during my entire life, I've been there for several times because I left many friends, and it's a very loved place for me. Jamaica is located in the Caribbean Sea. It's surrounded by many other islands that are called the West Indies Islands, and some of them are um, Cuba, Haiti, and Dominican Republic, and a lot of little islands like the Bahamas. We have Trinidad and Tobago, we have Martinique, and in Jamaica, there is the popular perception of the existence of two varieties of languages. First, we have the Jamaican English, which is the official language with its own Caribbean accent, and is the official language and is recognized by the institution, by the Constitution, and is the official language in all the domains. And there is also a well-known variety that is called the Jamaican Patois, which is a Creole language. It represents the phonology modified of a lot of West African languages. When we had English in Jamaica for the first time, first, Jamaica was taken by the Spanish crown, but in 1655, the Spanish Jamaica had been a colony of Spain for over 100 years. And in May of 1655, around 7,000 English soldiers landed near Jamaica's Spanish town, which was at that time the capital. It is a port nowadays. The English invasion force soon overwhelmed the small number of Spanish troops. At that time, Jamaica only had 2,500 people. Nowadays, the population is 3 millions. That was the first time that the British brought their English to the island. Jamaican English and diglossia. We could say that diglossia really exists in Jamaican English, since one kind of English is spoken among the academics, the politicians, educators, entrepreneurs, and another variety is spoken by the rest of the community, which in Jamaica would be half of the population. We need to remember that diglossia in linguistics is a situation in which two varieties of the same language is spoken among the community. One it's prestigious, and the other one it's a common dialect. Okay, nowadays we can conclude that the Jamaican English is influenced by American English because of of the geographic proximity, and because they are big consumers of American media, social media, television, press, music. It is also influenced by the British because they are the ones who brought their English, and the pronunciation tends to sound as the same way the British speak. Water, and also all the words that they used were brought to the island. And also, of course, the patois, uh, is many words from their dialects, from the African dialects, are used in the Jamaican English. Talking about linguistic variations, how could we classify Jamaican English? There are two models available. Jamaican, we can conclude that Jamaican English is not classified in the three circle model proposed by Cacros because it is a mixture of Englishes combined with Caribbean accents and with touches of African dialects. But according to Mayer's model system of standard and non-standards English, we could say the Jamaican English is seen as a central variety of English, and it shares the list with Englishes from Ghana, from Kenya, from Pakistan, from New Zealand, and even Sri Lanka. This corpus linguistic analysis, this analysis is mandatory when studying a variety of English. And since Jamaican English, it's like a delicious fruit salad of different um, American and British English dialects, and it also have features from African dialects. It is always going to be a matter of study. Let me share a little bit of my experience when I was learning English in Jamaica. At the beginning, it was very hard to understand my roommates. I used to live in the dormitory of the university, and for me, it was very hard to understand them. I couldn't notice the difference between my English teacher and my roommates. I never thought they were speaking a different language, or a variety of a variety of English. So while my teacher was teaching me how to say I am soon coming back, my roommates kept saying me soon come. um, while my teacher used to say good morning, lady, my roommates were saying hi likugyal. So two different things, two different sentences to say the same thing. After I realized that in Jamaica there was another language. There are standard English, standard Jamaican English has differences from other English. For example, some in the phonological aspect, instead of saying up there, they say up there. Bottle, they pronounce it buckle. Little or little, they say liku. Down there, down there, my neighbor, mi nieba. Another difference is that they drop off the last consonant or part of the word. Instead of saying with, they say with. Somebody. Somebody say something. Something. Bring something to nyam. Tráeme algo para comer. Bring something to eat. Make sure you bring something to yum. Market. Me a going to the market. Most of the time, they use me instead of I. Me want to eat. Me wanna yum. They also use the special inflecting form of have. Instead of saying have, they say happy. Instead of saying have to, they say happy. Me have to go. Me have to finish my homework. Me have to talk to you, you know. And that's the intonation they use. Um, a fifth difference, zero past tense form of irregular verbs. I walked but the door being closed. I walked but the door was closed. What can I say? Jamaican English, it's a very happy language. Their Caribbean accent, they show happiness while they talk. They are super friendly. And you might think that because they have a dialect called Patois, it will be impossible to understand. And it's not. They know how to differentiate and how to use it and where to use it. English is the official language, is the language of education, is the language they taught at the university, is the talk they do business with. And it is absolutely understandable. It is appreciated. That lovely accent is appreciated by the entire world. Every time you see a Jamaican, you recognize him not because they're English, but because the different intonation and the happiness they express when they talk. They talk with a very attractive Caribbean accent, which is something I really appreciate. And the communication, it's really easy. It's really easy with them. You could, if you have the opportunity to hear interviews of very talented Jamaicans, Usain Bolt, different singers. They have very well known and famous people who have done really well. And of course, they speak standard Jamaican English. And whenever they are home with their people in the neighborhood, the people they grew up with, is when they also speak their patois. Two different varieties but well known, appreciated. Thank you very much.